Alright, hello again everybody, it's your friend Will. We are back, this is the Memory Lapse, and we're going to try out some Nexus deck. This is actually one that I felt was really strong, but too slow prior to when I switched to red. But considering that people didn't really want to watch red, and the 60% win rate wasn't compelling, we're going to try this out. And we just had, we just played 4 or 5 games where we only played against mono red or mono white. So a deck like this is going to be pretty good. And this seems like a good hand. Obviously, we're just going to play against only Jeskai now that we've switched to this deck. But we actually even have a shot against Jeskai. At least. Alright. So we have Amulet Mana, we have Search. As long as Search can feed us a steady stream of Wraths and Fogs and help us flip, we'll be okay. We're going to try to hold the Revitalize until after we play the Amulet. Alright, there's Fog number 1. Just need to find a green source now. This kind of gives us the security of knowing that we can go down to 1 pretty safely. And wow, with Marshall, it looks like that's going to happen sooner rather than later. Radical Idea. I think we're graveyarding that. Alright, it looks like we're probably going to cycle this, Revitalize this turn, just because we need to find green land. So this is another deck that is missing 2 different duels, but because I think the mono requirements in the curve in general are lower, it's a little bit safer to play. But again, like once we get like Breeding Pool and Hallowed Fountain, I'm actually concerned at the power level of a deck like this. In the format, we're actually just like dead next turn if we don't find a green source. Scary. The double Marshall draw is really punishing. Nope. Green source. No difference here between being at 3 and 5 with the number of creatures they have on the board. So we're probably gonna play Root Snare, and we're gonna cycle the Radical Idea, discarding the Search to try to find another Fog or a Wrath. Can't even do this first. The ideal draw is another like Root Snare, so we can play Amulet and hold up just green for Root Snare. Although, I guess the one downside is that if they do have Tribunal, then we get totally blown out. Though I think there's a shot that they just play the Tribunal right now to kill the Search, if they have it. Yep. So a good draw right now would be like Cleansing Nova, another green source. Yeah, looks like we lost this one. Just kind of bricked on draws. It's possible we're playing too few Fogs. Like I could be playing the full 8. I'm only playing 6. That was a hedge from a couple days ago when it didn't feel like there was so much aggro. And I think, again, if they didn't have the double banished Marshall draw, we'd have at least another turn here. But of course, they had the most punishing draw that we could face. I think in general that's a deck that we're going to beat. And if we can ever get a game on the play, too, that would be really good. So I could cut the amulets for more pause for reflection, but I really want to keep the amulets because I feel like it's one of the only ways we're going to ever beat another control deck. Maybe that's just not a good way to think about this, since control decks are so uncommon. Alright, so this is another good one. We have Wrath, we have Opt, we have a green source. And we're playing against an opponent who's just goldfishing us. This is not a good draw. And we get to be on the play this game, which is like broken. Sure. I mean, I think we do technically want this land to get us to Cleansing Nova. We're in a spot where we absolutely need to draw. Like, we need to draw pretty well. We just have nothing. Do I want to take the 4? I just want to give them the cards. I think I'll take this 4, but I might give them the cards in the next one. Because now that Wrath is going to be turned on. We do need to stop drawing land and just draw anything that will help us get through our deck and flip this amulet. Alright, so I think we give them the 4 here. Preserve our life total. We just have no interaction here. Maybe we even just jam the Karn next turn and assume that if we start going infinite, they'll scoop the game. Both of those are good for us. Alright, so they go on face, which is good news for Karn. Just factor, you can have the cards. Alright. Don't think we're ready for this yet. 2, 4, 5. I don't think we're ready for it yet. Okay. If we can like miraculously survive this turn, I think we'll be okay. We need to not have like 5 direct damage. Alright, that's 2. If they have Wizard's Lightning, we're dead. Two, three, four, five, 6. Flip, okay. I think we probably don't want that. I think we're opting. Transforming. Taking 2 turns and hoping they don't have a kill us in response here. Okay, good. Minus Karn. Get the Revitalize. So spend this first turn. Twin cast Revitalize. Get ourselves a little extra life. Finding another Nexus is good. Play another search. Make a token. Start working towards winning. Alright. So we want to put the Nexus back in our deck first. Alright. Oh, we got one. Easy. We got 2 nice 750 gold quests here too. Those should put us over the 100k mark. Alright, on the draw. Kind of inclined to keep. Just because of the double gift. So if we can cantrip into a green source, I think we're fine. Alright, so they play a 2-drop. This is absolutely the matchup we want in general. Because they're so much slower than the average deck. Although they're probably going to make like 4-3 here. Okay, now it's just a Reaper. Alright, there's Temple Garden. Awesome. So they're just going to go gift into gift into gift. Alright, so they see what's coming and they're just putting as much pressure on the board as possible, which is smart. Amulet. Do we just play Amulet this turn? I guess so. That means we can play Nova next turn and get a counter. Take 9. They add more to the board. Alright, so they're gonna get to draw 5 off this Wrath, but unless we draw Fog here. Okay. So the math changes a little bit then. We can cast Gift here. Zony for 0. It's amount of any color. So if I add, how do I make it add 2 mana of blue? Oh, there we go. So I cast Radical Idea for 1, and then Wrath. They get 7 triggers. The next turn we get to just Nexus and flip if we need to. Or if we draw a land, we can play the Radical Idea. I guess it just depends on how much pressure they put on the board. Yeah. If we draw a land, I think we can flip and then twin cast the Nexus of Fate, which will give us a turn with the Chemister's Insight at least to dig. If they don't even put lethal on the board, then we can take a turn to play Gift. Okay, so they're going to put lethal on the board. We drew a land. Yeah, so we'll have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 when this flips. So what are we discarding though? I guess we're discarding the Gift. So we want to draw as many cards as possible. Alright. And now we Nexus. We don't have to actually go off here. We just need to find some fogs and Teferis and stuff. Like we'll draw 4. Another Nexus is obviously awesome here. Sunpetal. Get another amulet down. Alright, my turn. Root Snare. We can just hold the Gift to discard the Chemister's Insight next turn. We're a little short. We're not short on blue because we have these. So we don't have to Nexus this turn. We can do it next turn. Actually, we can still do it this turn, but we don't get to twin cast it. Oh, Teferi. That's a good one. Hinterland Harbor, Teferi. Go into full control mode. End of turn. Just get an opportunity here to cast a double opt. Alright, so we got him pretty much locked down at this point. Plenty of land. Alright, we can go out of full control mode. Float blue. Double cast Nexus. Transform. And how much do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can double cast Nexus again. Stack up like 4 turns here. So now they know the writing's on the wall. Like, we're gonna ult this Teferi. There's not much they can do about it. Ain't nothing they can do about it. We don't even have to hold full control here. Stack some more turns. Now we're like triple casting. They actually want us to win. So we will. To get back up to Teferi. Oh, untap 2 lands. Discard. Now, normally if I was playing in paper and I didn't have to manage the shortcuts, I would be activating Azcanta and doing all the good stuff, but it's just not that valuable in a deck that's already this slow. I'd rather save my opponent the anguish. Alright, so we remove all their creatures. We still have a healthy 21 cards. Find another Nexus in the process. Plus Karn, so we can make another token next turn. Oh wow, we still have 4 turns stacked up. I thought we might be running low on turns. No, we're not running low on turns. But we will just put this back in the deck. Not sure why they waited so long, but it's their prerogative. I'll do one more. I mean, at the point when I had like 5 turns stacked up and a Teferi going, I'm not really sure what benefit they have. Other than, I guess, making me prove that I have a method to deal damage to them. Alright, the old 0 lander. So what exactly... I guess we were given 2 0 landers here. And of course, we don't get the benefit of the algorithm on the second hand. So the question is, do we keep this and pray on the draw that we find a blue source? Alright, well, we found lands. Just not in the color that casts any of the spells. But it looks like our opponent's on like Jeskai, Ask Jeskai. Because they haven't even played an Opt yet. So we'll probably get countered. Yeah, so they are on actual Jeskai. Cool. No, this might be a short last one. I really don't know if we can go to 6 though, or go to 5. Like, I think that the prospects of winning from 5 are just so low. Alright, so we'll go for an insight here. Ugh. At least we can kind of represent like Syncopate. Hopefully they won't just jam Teferi on us. Oh, we'll try. This is feeling like it's gonna be really hard. Choked on blue again, or just choked on blue still. We can't do multiple things in a turn. So I think the best we can do is just jumpstart this insight, discard the radical idea. And pray we find anything. Find an opportunity to resolve Amulet would be really good. They're giving us the cards, which is nice. But it makes me think they know their position in the game pretty well here. Okay, wow. Maybe they have no counters. Alright, they have a counter. Maybe they just had Syncopate. No? Okay. They're actually missing land drops, right? 2-4. Yeah, they're actually behind a land. Oh, but they've been discarding land. No, that's the first land they discarded. Where did they miss a land drop? Are they gonna like Teferi away one of our friends here? If they play Teferi in minus, it gives us a. Wait, did they just play Destroy All Creatures by accident? They did. Nice. We've been there. Alright. We'll take a freebie. And we'll use that to wrap up the video. Oh, so close. But we're not playing creatures, so we're not going to trigger this one until probably this evening. Alright, well that was it for that session. What did we do? 3-1 or something? Pretty good. Games where we drew spells and games where our opponent accidentally wrathed themselves, we were undefeated. Yeah, I think I'll probably play more of this deck. It's slower, but I think if we can maintain a positive win rate with it, it'll be more interesting for people to see. And we have opportunities to, like, I think, tune it a little bit more as well. Like, yeah, I don't know. We can cut. I like the amulet personally, but maybe it's a little too clunky. Maybe we just want more pauses because it's the only way. Yeah, maybe we should make that change. Because we do have a lot of green sources. Right, 4, 8, 10, 11. Is that enough? Maybe we need more green sources. All right. Yeah, that's it for this. I hope you enjoyed that more than the last one. We did some winning. We had some awesome infinite turn scenarios. And like I said in the last video too, if you made it to the end, we will be coming home early today to do some streaming. We'll probably be doing that in lieu of the evening video today. So look forward to that. Hopefully some of y'all can make it. I'll post below. And yeah, we'll be back after work. Later, everyone.